Good morning, my dears. Happy vlog day. It is Tuesday for me and Friday for you. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do to my hair right now. Because as you can see, my little snakes are just everywhere. Uh, but good morning, darlings. Tuesday for me, Friday for you. Last week was heavy. So shout out to those of you who were, here with me and held space for me. Shout out to those of you who reached out to me and gave me love. I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. This week I will recap my first concert in years, darling. And talk about social anxiety and why going to that concert was such a big thing for me and all those good things. Also, let me see if there's a ponytail holder over here and I can pop my hair into a ponytail. Maybe that'll make me feel better because I feel like I look a mess. The longer my hair gets, the more unruly it gets and the harder it becomes to just maintain it. And it's like, yay, because Black Rapunzel, you know what I mean? Long hair, don't care. But also just like, fuck, bitch. I just want to go back to the days where I could wake up and toss a little water on his hair. And it was just beautiful. And don't get me wrong, it's still beautiful. It's just now a lot, okay? But this I guess we can pin it up like this, and it's gonna be sufficient, at least for now. Cause hanging out down my back was bothering me. This is cool. Let's talk. So first of all, let's talk about the concert. I saw Ari Lennox last weekend. Ari has a beautiful voice. She is beautiful in person. Her mic was on, honey. The concert itself was amazing. Happy birthday to my good friend. We had a good time. Hung out with my boo. We went to a game night with the very same friend on Friday, and then we went to the Ari Lennox concert on Saturday, and then I slept all day Sunday because being around all them people, baby, had your girl out here. I was so freaking drained that yesterday I had a migraine, and I truly believe that migraine was just overload from the weekend. Again, because I have developed social anxiety since the pandemic, and we're going to talk about that this week. But first, let's just talk about my weekend and how much fun I had. So, the concert itself, because the Friday was just, wouldn't, I ain't gonna say like just game night like that, but it wouldn't make sense for me to recap game night. Game night was cool. We played Giant Jenga. It was very intense. I enjoyed it. It was a very smart, intimate group of people. I got on up out of there in time to go get my nails done Saturday morning and still didn't go get my nails done because I woke up Saturday morning and was just like, I want to relax, you know? And that's what I did. I relaxed. I was proud of myself. The concert was really great. Like I said, I left early, and I only left early because the culture of people has changed. And because the culture of people has changed, I no longer enjoy outdoor events the way that I used to. And it makes the anxiety that I've developed over the pandemic even worse. So let's talk about it. The first thing is that everybody sometimes lacks the ability to just be present. Like during the concert, mostly everybody had their phone up and out, which is cool, right? Everybody's content creators. Everybody wants to get, a good angle. Everybody wants to make sure people know that they were in the building. But in my opinion, if you're in a venue for 3 hours, 2 or 3 clips of the artist walking back and forth and smiling and being cute is enough. And then put your phone down and enjoy the moment. But we don't live in a world full of people who can enjoy the moment. And I realized it's not that I got social anxiety, it's that I don't like what society has become. Cause I remember feeling bad after we left, and people are, everybody checking on me like, "You okay? You all right?" And people, and my partner was just like, "Yeah, just her anxiety. She just wasn't comfortable." But I also realized, like, as much as it's me, and I get that, it's y'all. During the concert, everybody in the section that I was in, if we all had a sat down, we all could have got video of Ari. We all could have sat in our seats and truly enjoyed the show. Every fucking person in that section stood up. the whole time. Ari Lennox don't even sing the kind of music that make you stand up on your feet the whole time. She sing groove music. I want you to feel this vacancy. You here. You in your seat. Having a good time. That's what I thought this concert was going to be. Which is why I agreed to go. These motherfuckers standing up like they at Rolling Loud. Baby Sosa not on that stage. You ain't got to jump up and down. Fucking Ari Lennox to sing, sit on it. She's sitting down. So for me, it was just like... So I told myself, I'm like, okay, I do want to make it through the whole concert. Don't let the fact that the people are standing bother you. Keep grooving. I was grooving until the girl, the row behind me, started coughing. Oh, excuse me. I was grooving until the girl in the row behind me started coughing. Her first 2 coughs, I said, okay, she could be drinking water. Anything could be happening. She could be smoking. Because you could walk into the Chicago theater with weed paraphernalia. So she could have been smoking. Baby, by that 4th cough, I was like, no, this bitch either sick or disgusting. Or sick and disgusting. Either way, I'm done. My partner went to the bathroom. He came back. I was like, I'm ready to go. First of all, the bigger issue here for me, I didn't know when we booked our tickets that we wasn't going to be remotely close to the people we came with. So it was my friend's birthday. I'm thinking she was at least going to be like 3 or 4. Like, even 3 or 4 rows ahead is enough for me to be able to kind of pick through other people and we have a little moment. The girl was like 10 fucking rows ahead of us. So it's like we were in one section. She was in the section ahead. We wasn't going to see each other to the end of the show. When people are trying to scramble and get through the traffic to get through the... Like, none of it made sense to me. Like, I feel like one of the things that I had to observe about my partner and this young lady, and we spend a lot of time together because she's friends with the both of us. More so him than me. This is the same young lady we've been talking about, y'all. Neither of them have a good sense of time. Neither of them are ever on time for anything. Neither of them really have a plan. Like, she has more of a plan than he has, but she still don't even recognize that she's not the planner, right? When she invited us to the concert and he saw how far our seats were from her seats, if I were the person booking, I would have been like, maybe this ain't the thing we're going to do, boo. Maybe we probably see you before the concert or we see you after the concert. I would have rather taken her to dinner or taking her to get some food before the concert, or I would have rather told her if she got tired to come over here and hang out with us after the concert. The concert didn't make sense for us. I like Ari Lennox. I love her music. I'm not an Ari Lennox stan, so I wasn't losing my mind to see her in public, and my partner knew none of her music. So I wasn't, the few songs that I did know, well, I knew all the songs, but the songs that I did know that I wanted to kind of groove with somebody for, I was grooving by myself. Not another issue, because I like to groove by myself. I love myself. But at the same time, like, concerts, in my opinion, are better as group activities. I really wasn't in a group. I was sitting by myself. And then the young ladies that were around me were younger. And the newer generation, they're not as friendly immediately as I feel like my generation is. So if I were sitting next to older women who I felt were a little bit more in my age range, I probably would have felt a little bit more comfortable to kind of, kiki. But I don't. Plus, again, I got this social anxiety that is basically kind of like looking at all people, feeling like all people have germs. It's just uncomfortable. So when I go to events, I like to already have my people with me. Had I known that we were that far away from her, I would have told him, babe, let's save some money and not go. But I also recognize that it was less about the convenience of everything being perfect and more about just being there and showing up for somebody's birthday, which we did. I just felt bad that I didn't get a chance to see her before we left, so we didn't take no pictures. Like, we didn't take no pictures outside by the marquee, none of that, because she got there like right as Ari was hitting the stage. Like, she was there relatively late. We were there in time to see the opening act. She decided that she didn't want to see the opening act and didn't communicate that to us. Like, that's another thing for me that was kind of like Remember a few weeks ago, I was trying to tell myself, like, I really want to be this girlfriend. I don't know why I don't know why it's not working. This past weekend, this is a little quick sad question that we're gonna get talking about my sexual anxiety. This past weekend showed me why things have not been the way I would feel like they should probably be, friendship wise, me and this young lady. She's dope. She's super dope. But she and I, our differences are enough that we probably won't talk as much as I thought that we would, but they're not so big that we won't talk at all. Right? Love everything that comes with her. Like, I think we're supposed to hang out with her this weekend. If we actually go into the opening of, I think one of her friends or family members is opening like a nice little bar next to the lake, and we're gonna go support. So, excuse me. So, for what the friendship is, it's great. After this weekend, I feel more comfortable not putting so much pressure on the friendship, because for me, it's like, you definitely should have communicated to us that you were not going to show up until the main act came on. She literally FaceTimed me and my partner throughout the day about everything. Like, her outfit change. She asked me about parking. You talked about every aspect of the day except the fact that she was going to show up late until we got there and got parked. And you were like, oh, I'm not going to be there until close to the time that the main act gets on the stage. Which wouldn't have mattered if we were all in proximity to each other when we seated, but we weren't. So the experience for me already kind of started off kind of off, because it's like, I'm already kind of sitting next to a man, and men don't try to, but they shit talk things, and it makes you not really excited for them. Like, I'm sitting next to him, and he's like, just sitting here, and he's like, I guess, other men, they just came. I forget what he was saying. I just blanked. My brain just went blank. I don't even know what my brain just went blank. Oh, you know how men, they just tell jokes. Like, they shit talk stuff. I think Ari put out to her fans to wear leopard to the tour. I didn't know this. I just knew earth tones would be the vibe. So I had on like a brown cute little outfit as well. But he was like, what did he say? Oh, he kept making comments about, the heavier set girls wearing the leopard. You know what I mean? And of course, it's just boy jokes. It's just him being a boy. But it's like, for me, a good date night with my partner is not going to an event that I would have went to with my girls. The young lady invited us out. It made me realize that, like, I wouldn't have even invited a man to this. I would have asked me by myself to go. And that also made me kind of look at our friendship like, do you feel like we can hang out without my partner? And if we can't hang out without my partner, then everybody needs to stop asking me why I'm not, you know what I mean? I feel like my partner has told me I was standoffish to this young lady. I have sat here and beat myself down in front of this camera about being standoffish. But like, are we not seeing that every time I am invited somewhere, I am invited plus one, as if I can't navigate life by myself without my partner? I would have thoroughly preferred that it was probably a seat available next to her, maybe because the tour was sold out, but it was maybe only one seat. He could have just purchased my ticket and I could have went by myself. That probably would have been a better experience. Honestly, now I'm just sitting here thinking about it, y'all. I think that was why my brain just blanked. I'm like, why was this experience so, not uncomfortable, but so to me? And it was that to me because I'm realizing that anytime that this young lady wants to hang out with me, she feels like I need to have him with me. Which makes me realize that the only time what makes me feel like, I won't say realize because I can't say if this is true. It makes me feel like the only time you want to hang out with me is in a byproduct of my partner. Again, it ain't that deep. If you like him, you ain't got to tolerate me. I can stay home. Not feeling no type of way about her because we are having a really great connection. It's just that just came to me right now, and it just made me realize like I do want to have a conversation for clarity with her. Like, girl, you know we can hang out by ourselves, right? And y'all can hang out by yourself. Maybe they don't feel comfortable hanging out by themselves because they don't. I don't know. I'm a table that because we ain't supposed to be talking about that. And I'm gonna just let y'all know, navigating life and actually giving a fuck about people and navigating polyamory is so interesting. It's so interesting because what people don't understand is things don't have to be so fucking weird. And I think for me, I'm such an analytical person that when I step back and I look at shit, I just did, and I just step back and look at shit, and I'm just like, am I weird for pulling something out? Or are people weird for like acting like they don't see the weird shit and just not addressing it? But I digress. I move on because we could be talking about my social anxiety. Anyways, overall, the weekend was great. I'm sorry. Went on a fucking tangent, y'all. But I'm not going to re-record because this is what this space is for. This is my tangent space. I need it because sometimes talking to other people is frustrating. All the time talking to other people is frustrating. But overall, it was a great weekend. Ari Lennox is beautiful as fucking person. I feel like my friend had a good birthday. And I feel like I am navigating this well. Because even the realization that I just made right now helps me just calm down. I'm going to accept, and I said that before, I'm going to accept what comes. I'm not going to judge what doesn't, and we're going to move on. Prior to the pandemic, I won't say I was a social butterfly. I don't think I've ever been a super, I'm a social person once I get out. It take a lot to get me out the house. I like to be in the house. Even when I was a little girl, in my own little corner, in my own little chair, I could be whatever I want to be. I have a huge imagination and I have a huge personality, and everybody doesn't receive my personality well. And so because of that, I'd rather stay in my house. I'd rather be in my house pretending to be whatever the fuck I want to be and living however the fuck I want to live than to go outside in this world and either have to shrink all day long and be normal because people like that, or be my bold self but then have to deal with the people, asking me questions or talking to me. Like, it's just a lot. Like, I wear clothes that I make. I have jewels and gems in my clothes. I have stretched ears. I have a ton of fucking piercings on my face. I'm a walking conversation piece. However, I have no desire to always have conversation. Like, sometimes I just want to vibe and just chill and just like be in the midst and like watch people. And I feel like because I'm so whimsical and colorful, people think I always want to talk, and I don't. So a lot of times I don't go outside in public because I truly just don't want to be. I just don't want to be bothered. That's it. And so social media gives me this ability. Like right now, I'm running my mouth. I'm kikiing. I'm getting my thoughts out without anybody around. But I'm also going to edit this, put it on YouTube, and now other people can get to know me and know that it ain't no hard feelings. I'm not funny acting. I'm not sitting around looking down on nobody. I'm not sitting around, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just a person who really loves my own energy. And I truly don't want to be around people whose energy don't align with mine. And I realize that, like, I don't have the desire to go over into an environment and figure out if the person's energy aligns with mine or not. I'm also not the type of person that wants to convince people to fuck with me. I'm also not the type of person who is going to ask people to do things my way, but I absolutely have to do things a certain way. Like, I like to be on time for events. I don't go to a lot of events with people because people don't like to be on time. I like to be on time. And I like to leave early because I don't like to walk out of places and be shoulder to shoulder walking out of places. It's just who I am. I just don't like it. Even when I used to party hardy, I either show up to the club at a decent time, never wait in line because I always knew the bouncer or somebody. And then when I knew the DJ was about to be wrapping up, I would wave at the DJ because I probably knew him. Get up out of there. That's just who I've been. But then during the pandemic, my anxiety grew because I realized that people are really disgusting. People, like for instance, at the concert, some girl behind us was fucking coughing. I'm sorry, I got thrown off because I was talking about other stuff. Some girl behind us was coughing. Coughing! In a closed theater. Like, people will go outside if they're sick. People will cough and not cover their mouths. That was what that young lady was doing. People are just disgusting. Not all people, but there are more disgusting people than there are not in this world. And somewhere between 2020 and now, with all of the COVID-related deaths and all of the sicknesses that happen in the world, the little voice in my head started to freak out when I needed to be outside of my house in a crowd of people. Being around a lot of people is a lot for me. To go on a deeper level energetically, I can feel like I can't. So I tell people this because when I say this, when most people say they're empaths, I feel like people be like, bitch, you psychic. Like, you can come in the room, you can tell this person's had, that person this person that. No. Being an empath means walking into the room and being able to feel the energy waves in the room. So if there are 2 or more people in a room grieving, I will walk into the room and start feeling heaviness on my heart. Like, okay, there's grief in this room. If there's a lot of happiness in the room, my body will feel happy. My body will feel excited. That's why I like going to parties. That's why I like going to good events. Whatever the vibes are in the room, I tend to feel it, and even more heavier so now that I wear my natural hair out. That has created a decrease in my desire to be outside publicly. Because truthfully, we live in a very sad world. And honestly, when I go outside, very often I feel grief and heaviness. And it's not me, because when I'm by myself, I feel light. I have my grief moments and I have my what have yous. But for the most part, when I am around other people, I can feel their fatigue. I can feel their heaviness. I can feel their sadness. And I get tired of feeling that because I don't even know what to do with it. Because if I say something like, is everybody okay? Are you guys all right? In the past, I used to do that, right? I used to check on people like, oh, it feels really heavy in this room. Is there somebody who could use a hug or what have you? It becomes like weird. You know, people either forget that I'm out hanging out. So now I'm sitting there at a bar having a therapy session. Or people get freaked out by me and they're like, stop looking into my soul, you witch. Like, it's always something. My social anxiety comes from the fact that it's just always something. And truthfully, now that I have found a hobby that I truly love to do for hours, and I can do without even thinking, I just want to do that. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to be a person that spends the rest of my life sitting in the room crocheting, because what the fuck I'm crocheting clothes for if I don't go out. But I have to tell myself to stop trying to be something that I'm not. Ari Lennox is probably the last concert I'm going to attend for a very long time. If I go to another concert, it'll be something like, if I go to like the City Winery where it's like a smaller venue, sure. We teased going to Chris Brown and Usher. I hope everybody knows that's not going to happen. Because I just don't think that that's a good use of my money. And that's another thing that kind of goes back to what I was talking about when I was kind of overanalyzing my friendship with this young lady. The things that she enjoys doing, I don't enjoy doing. Like, even I thought about for her birthday, she had a game night, which was really dope. Like, the game night was really fun. But I'm also not really a game playing person. I'm not competitive because I don't care about losing, and I root for my opponent, first of all. And I really just, I'm so serious everywhere else in my life that when I go outside, my only desire is to just like listen to really great music and like dance and then go to sleep. And to fulfill that, I could just go to a rave every now and then fulfill my girl time by going to a brunch every now and then with my girls, which we do. And I also, I don't know how to say it, so I'm gonna just say it. I also don't really like events where I gotta wear clothes, right? I realize that I like a targeted kind of fun. I either want to go at the raves because it's just people listening to music, releasing. Or I want to, yes, bitch, at a brunch because it's me and people that I know and love getting drunk while listening to really great music and eating French toast. Or I want to go to alternative lifestyle events where, in the midst of me having a nice cocktail, somebody might be over there getting a little fellatio. That's what I like. I don't like concerts. I don't like festivals. I don't like game nights. I don't like that. I like parties. I like intimate events. I like freaky events. And I just gotta own that. Like, next weekend, I'm going to a game night with the poly group I'm in, and it's pajama themed. Perfect. Shake my ass in a pair of silk PJs with a room full of beautiful women. That's what I want to do. Me and my cousin, we're going to a burlesque show in the middle of June where clothing is optional. I get to watch a beautiful woman take off her clothes on stage while I decide whether or not I want to wear my clothes when I walk into that place. I just got to start hanging around my type of people. And not to say that that young lady is not my kind of person, because again, she does like the brunch. She does like the vibes. I feel like the things that I could do and hang out with her and my partner are really great things to kind of get me out of my comfort zone. But I just got to be real with myself and say that the reason that I have social anxiety, because I don't have no social anxiety. When I get into these rooms where I feel comfortable with, I'm fluttering around that room like the social butterfly that I am. I only have anxiety when I push myself. I pushed myself to go to that concert because it was my friend's birthday, and I have no regrets. If somebody else's birthday comes up, or if every year on her birthday, because that's what she likes, we do a concert, I will do a concert with her every year for her birthday that I'm her friend, because I fuck with her and I really do like her, and I like her for what our friendship is now that I have stopped trying to overanalyze it. However, on my own recognizance, that's not what I would do. I'm a vacation girl. I want to go and sit on the beach and crochet. I really do. Like, I hope my partner and anybody that's going with me to Jamaica in July knows that I'm going to bring yarn. I want to sit on the beach and crochet. Like, I love my hobbies. I love my peace. I love my quiet. I've lived a loud life all the way up to this point. My mother and my family are relatively loud. I live in a house full of women. I lived in the house full of women. I left my mother's house. I lived alone, but then I taught middle school for those 6 years that I lived alone. So that was a loud existence. While also teaching dance, I lived a loud life. Now, I live a life where I have 2 children in my house. Pretty soon, all the time. This man is very fucking loud. My partner is loud. He comes from a loud family. I don't like the loud. I don't like the loud, okay? And I'm not going to be one of them adults that's walking. Well, I'm not going to say that. I have not been diagnosed with any form of autism, right? So I can't say that the reason I don't like the loud has something to do with some autism. I don't believe that it does. I believe that my nervous system is shot. I grew up in a house where my mother would scream from the top floor to the basement to get our attention, and vice versa. My mother and my sister would have a full conversation from the basement to the first floor. Before his mother moved out of this building, this man and his mother would sometimes scream at each other from the first floor to this floor. I have lived the last almost 35 years of my life around loud ass people, and I am not loud. Yes, I am. Sorry. I'm loud. But I don't want to always be around loud. My nervous system be needing to reset. Okay? And I have to stop beating myself down for that. And if you are a person, because I ain't gonna lie to you, when we left early and I had to like tell people that I didn't see the rest of the concert, and people were like, oh, was it because of your anxiety? It made me feel, again, pride come before the fall, baby. Oh shit, y'all. Hold on. Baby, just rambling. It's been 30 minutes. Goddamn. I ain't even clocked in. Turned on my computer to clock in to work. Y'all, I'm tweaking. I am tweaking. But let's wrap up because I'm babbling. But the point of this week was for me to ask myself, what is it? Like, what's the problem? Why can't I be... Hold on, y'all. What the hell? Okay, my bad. I'm back. My computer was acting stupid. But basically, this week, I really wanted to dive into explaining how I feel about being among the public. But in the midst of explaining it, some revelations came to my mind, and I kind of worked through those more so to this week than actually answering the question. Well, I feel like I answered the question. The reality of the situation is I like a targeted kind of fun. And the type of fun that I like is either intentionally intimate because it's very small group, very selective, very exclusive, or if it is a large group of people, it's a large group of people with kind of like the expectation of kind of zoning out into your own space. I realize that I'm really independent. Like I'm really kind of, you know what I mean? Like in my own mind, like even I think about my partner, sometimes he'll ask me like, when you kind of used to be out here, living your life and being single, who knew about the people that you talk to or slept around with? And I realized, like, nobody. Like, I wasn't that friend that's in a group chat telling people, oh, this guy, he, his dick this or that. Like, I don't talk about my life to nobody. I'm very private. And I think it's easier to say I have anxiety than it is to just say, like, it ain't none of nobody else's business what I do. And sometimes I don't like to be around people because people get on my nerves. If I gotta wrap us up and say anything, real talk, people don't make me anxious. I'm not anxious. I don't have social anxiety. It's easier to say that I have social anxiety than to say that most people get on my fucking nerves, which is actually the honest to God truth. Because I realized that I left that concert because people had started to get on my nerves. It wasn't because I was anxious. It wasn't because I felt nervous. I wasn't nervous. I was annoyed. Why the fuck are y'all standing up? Why the fuck is she coughing? Why the fuck is everybody so goddamn loud? I'm just a little old lady. And I've been a little old lady since I was a little girl. I used to walk to my mama's house, turn off all the lights and tell everybody to be quiet. I am just a little old lady. And I like being a little old lady. And now I got me a little old lady hobby to go with my little old lady energy. And every now and then, this little old lady like to go and watch people have the sex in little rooms. So I'm a little freaky old lady. And that's it. Cheers to all little freaky old ladies in this world that, are like me. And hopefully my content makes it to you. And if it doesn't, I love you anyway, boo. Cheers to you if you are a person who likes to get on out here and be amongst the people. Cheers to everybody for knowing who they are and finding their lane because there is no traffic in it. I love being a little old lady. And you know what? I'm going to start doing it, and I'm going to stop trying to force myself to do shit that I don't like. I hope y'all have a good week. I'll see y'all next week.